unless you want to work 40 hours a week.
So all you really need to do this is a 5/8 socket that's magnetic for getting the spark plugs out. Both of these have extensions. This one comes with it. This one I have an extension for. It makes it a lot easier, but 10 millimeters. And then 10 millimeter for the battery, flathead screwdriver, needle nose pliers, and maybe some wire snips if you need to get those cables out of the way. But let's get it going. First things first, you need to disconnect your battery using a 10 millimeter ratchet. Just remove this top cover using a 10 millimeter ratchet. Remove your air filter, so you're going to need to remove this bolt with a 10 millimeter socket and this bolt, but you have to get this cord undone, so you can pull this piece out and get to the ignitions. This piece out, you just push underneath that. It seems like you snap it because it becomes a little flimsy, wobbly, but that's how you unplug it from there. You're not going to break it. In case you've never undone an air filter before, this is a clip. And then all the way down in there, there's a clip. And you just pop those off and you can remove this. Get it up, you can't get it out all the way. We're gonna have to undo this clamp without snapping it. And move that up. We'll disconnect this and then we're gonna get these bolts out. Or just this one, and this whole thing should be able to pop off. This has been taken off, this has been loosened, it should just pop right off. Alright, so you're gonna have to pretty much get all these off so you can move this cord around. Some of them will come off easy. I just cut this one because I figured I can just slide it back in there, but that was just a pain to get into. There might be one back here, but the last ignition coilover is back down in there. Right there. So you'll be able to move these cords so you can get down in there. If you come around back, you see that there's a bolt down in there. We're going to remove that bolt, and it holds this entire bracket on. And then this whole thing should be able to pop up and over, so we should be able to access that a little bit easier. It's not that hard, just pop that off. This you just push down on this back side and it'll pop off. What we're going to do is we're going to use a 5/8 specific socket to get these spark plugs out, and then we're going to do the same thing for all these other coilovers and just get all fresh new start. Without the new spark plugs down in there, to get this one out, you have to unplug this piece, but it's also bolted in specifically over that. So we're gonna have to undo this bolt right there and take out that piece, and then we'll be able to get to that one. This last one should be a little bit easier to get to. It's right there, but it's gonna be a pain to get it off this tube. I'll just remove this tube or something. Alright, so this is pretty much the culprit, most likely. It's pretty shot. Just trash. Cabbage is what we call it if you're from Jersey. Now it's in there, you just got to screw in that bolt and repeat for the next one and the next one, and then do it on the other side. So in the last video I showed the PCV valve removal. We're just going to unmove this clamp, get this tube out of the way so we can get to that ignition starter. So this one is pretty much just got the clip right there. Just push over, and then once this tube's already unconnected, you should be able to get it out. I already got mine out, put it back in. This is a brand new one and with brand new spark plugs, so the entire left side has been done. Now over on the right side, we got this one, that one, and one more back in there, right there. If you come around back, you can see that there's a bolt down in there. We're going to remove that bolt, and it holds this entire bracket on. And then this whole thing should be able to pop up and over, so we should be able to access that a little bit easier. A little bit more difficult on this one. You had to get the bolt out in between that little area just to get that bracket so it can move, just so you can so you can get that spark plug out. And the clip part was on top, so you have to come up underneath to get that one, and then bring the coil over out that way. And if you're like me and you dropped a bolt down into your engine compartment and you spent like, well, I don't know, 2 hours or longer trying to get that bolt out, you can't find it, it's metric, it's not standard. All right, now they're all put in. Now we just got to reconnect this hose, make sure all electrical is connected, otherwise it's going to be a mission to try and get that back together. Gonna re-put these back inside these clips right here so it's not bouncing around or getting heat. And put back on the intake. So you just put the air filter back in, reclamp it. You can slide this piece back in, make sure you tighten that down and connect this hose back and reclamp it. Put in that bolt, re-put in this bolt, and you should be set to jet. As you can see, this is the spark plug taken out. It's pretty worn out. The top of this, it's got that little metal piece. And so these are brand new ones that got put in. This is just an additional one